After losing her gold medal, Clara Adams, the high school athlete who was disqualified for celebrating her 400-meter victory by dousing her shoes in fire extinguisher spray, is contemplating taking dramatic measures. When the 16-year-old Adams crossed the finish line first in the California State High School Track and Field Championships, which took place on May 30th and 31st, she mimicked the celebration that was initially made famous by the American former 100-meter world record holder Maurice Greene. However, Adams lost her title after the California Interscholastic Federation, CIF, ruled that the celebration was not sportsmanlike. Adams, who was upset by the occurrence, and her father, David, are now considering filing a lawsuit unless her title is restored by the CIF. Adante Pointer, their lawyer, told People that CIF's laws and regulations are antiquated and complicated. Although it is evident that they disregarded their own rules and regulations, which caused irreversible harm to a young, up-and-coming track star by depriving her of the state title without sufficient explanation or cause, we hoped they would act morally and avoid the need for us to take this matter to court. CIF disregarded their own regulations, which prevented Clara from winning the state of California 400-meter title, he continued. Scholarships, nil deals, and other possibilities could be lost as a result of this, both now and in the future. Not to mention the psychological anguish she experienced after being physically grabbed and yelled at by track meet officials. She will never be able to relive that moment. The CIF has been contacted by DailyMail.com for comment. When Adams' father, who also serves as her coach, noticed that anything was going on, he gave her the fire extinguisher before he rushed onto the field. He acknowledged breaking the law by scaling rails to reach his daughter, but he maintained that he was incensed when he witnessed an official snatch Clara by the arm. Because of her celebrations, authorities disqualified Adams from the whole competition, which prevented her from competing in a 200-meter event later. Adams, a sophomore at North Salinas High School, asserted that the CIF officials yelled in my face and grabbed me in an overreaction. Her father, David, told People, "As a father, I still do not understand why the CIF officials berated my daughter, took away her title, prohibited her from competing in the next race, and ignored me when I tried to get an explanation of what was going on. As a father, I was upset by the way they yelled at her and physically seized her. I still don't understand why they handled her that way. Despite the fact that she is a child, they treated her like an adult and punished her severely without warning or justification." The festivities brought back memories of Greene, a 5-time world champion and 4-time Olympic gold, who famously torched his own cleats following his victory in the 100-meter dash at the Home Depot Invitational in 2004. Adams stated that it wasn't until they got to Fresno for the meet and watched the old footage of Greene that she and her father decided on the celebration. She was the underdog going into the competition, according to Adams, and David insisted that they celebrate away from her rivals. Greene himself commented on the topic earlier this month, saying that if the celebration was held away from her opponents, her disqualification should be reversed. People started calling me, "This girl who just ran the 400 did your celebration," once I heard about it since it actually happened. I thought, what? On Monday, the former athlete told KSBW-TV, "I would reinstate her if it was out of the public eye and not affecting anyone."